615 BNA. We got that fly DNA. It's our Delian Foundations. And we appreciate your patience. Don't bring trouble.
Welcome to MC2MC. What's goody? I'm your lovely host, Foundito.
I'm Adeli.
This is MC2MC. What's up? What's the topics, man? What you got for us, man?
Man, there's a lot going on right now. We're here in Nashville, and recently there's been some interesting news about the mayor. You hear about that?
No, it's pretty much withholding information from the actual public. It seemed like it was pretty much the motive. We don't know the motive, but it was to get rid of small business. It seemed like because the small business were hurt and injured by COVID, which he had to shut it down. It was only like 24 to 21 cases or whatnot. 20 cases. Wait, 20, that's still low as hell. So it's kind of like he did it deliberately to knock out the small business, to move the corporate business in, and kind of like derail everybody with taxes and stuff, like raising property taxes. Even Portland Porker had an article a couple months ago talking about, how they're raising property taxes and kind of getting rid of the small businesses.
Yeah, it was like some email exchange. That's from what I read, it was some email exchange about him like withholding information and stuff like that. And that caused a lot of businesses to be disrupted by that. Businesses, visitors from other cities, everything was impacted by that. And that was just a pretty selfish act, kind of surprising.
Yeah, we got a lot of even country stars going at him. I think Luke Bryan, a couple other country stars downtown that own the actual bars, that was affected as well, because everybody's affected. The bartenders to the waitress, all the way to the homeless people that used to get money from all the tourists. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's affected. So, it's kind of fucked up. So get his ass out of there, whoever you are.
It's the same mayor that got the gig because the other mayor got kicked out.
It shows. It definitely shows. Yeah, it's like mayor after mayor. So in Nashville, step your fucking game up.
We need a solid mayor to step in. So.
Definitely. I mean, I think the city deserves it. The city's like, growing exponentially. And as far as tech companies are moving here, when I did Uber like 3 or 4 years ago, I had a Colombian lady I picked up, and she was saying even Colombians from that country are moving here just because it has a lot of jobs. It has a lot of tech companies that supply. Amazon, of course, is one of the big ones. And a lot of hotel jobs and a lot of other jobs, because hotels are going up crazy right now. The Virgin Hotel. I actually work at the Grand Hyatt, you know what I'm saying? So that's one of the big-ass hotels.
I just saw that the other day. It's got like the blue on it at nighttime, glowing real bright.
It's like 26 floors, rooftops amazing. It's a 5-star hotel. And actually, this is the first Hyatt hotel that's 5-star, like on the level of like Virgin hotels and all that stuff.
Wow.
So this is their first attempt at making something grand for a hotel for Hyatt. So it's kind of crazy right now. Nashville's growing.
It's just crazy because growing up here in Nashville, our skyline probably consisted of like 10 buildings or something like that.
Now it consists of cranes.
Yeah, now it's like 10 times that. And that was the reason why I moved to New York City back in 2009, because I just wanted that big city experience and all, not knowing that it was a metropolis being born overnight. So the transition to come back was cool, though, because I came back a couple years later, and then it was just growing quickly. And it was almost like a New York energy or like Atlanta energy, something like that.
Yeah.
So, today it's unrecognizable to a lot of people. I have friends that moved to other cities and they came back and they're like, they don't even know how to get around. So they just hop in the ride with me and I show them around.
I don't even know how to fucking get around my city.
I mean, growing up, we honestly didn't go to some parts of town because there wasn't anything really happening there. But, I say over the last 10 years, every part of town is definitely grown.
Yeah, like 10 years ago, Nashville used to be like, downtown used to be a porn shop and a country store.
It's still there.
Bar. It's still there. But I just got back from there. Hustlers, how you doing? Actually, I want to read a couple comments from the post from Mayor John Cooper for Nashville. So it says on it, this is his actual page. He says, since the start of the Nashville COVID-19 response, our office in Nashville Health have remained committed to providing timely, transparent access to vital public health data. Read to learn more and please stay safe. So my friend over here, Dylan, is doing the, fuck off expression. So one of the comments is like top of it is like, resign. This is a fraud that you perpetrated on this city, stripping businesses left and right of their God-given civil liberties and assuring the Constitution. So here's another comment by Bo Powell. So you are telling me it is worth crippling our local economy, putting people out of work for 15 cases per 100,000 people. This must be a joke. Not even hospitalizations, but cases. Cooper, you got to go. So you got a lot of mad people here, upset people, and I see why. They have every right to be, you know. It's just fucked up, corrupt government, you know what I'm saying, government and state. So, yeah.
It's unfortunate that, you know, he made decisions like that and not caring about the general population. If you're a mayor of a city, you got to really think about the people of your city, not just your own businesses that you got going on and, you know, developing those in the midst of a pandemic. You know what I mean? And I think that might have been his big priority, in my opinion.
I think it's that big city, small town thing. It's like it is a big city in the sense of how much business is getting it, but it also is a small ass town. So it's like the politics here is probably really, really small and tight knit. So everybody probably knows everybody if you think about it. I mean, think about it. I know pretty much everybody when I walk down the street. I go anywhere, I know fucking people out. I don't even know how I know them most of the time. So I only imagine in the political realm, it's probably like super close knit. Everybody knows everybody. So definitely.
Totally. Well, and, you know, beyond all that, what we can do for our part is to continue supporting local businesses, you know, restaurants, markets, everything like that. And as a matter of fact, the other day, we got to go to that little Iraqi restaurant off Nolensville Road.
Yeah, Curtis restaurant. Yeah, nice. Yeah,
it's called Al Rasul. It's really good, man. Like, if you guys want like fresh kebabs with the traditional ingredients and everything, you know, we should support the local Kurdish population. They're the largest Kurdish population in the whole United States.
Wow.
And they happen to be in our city.
Wow.
And you know, they contribute well, and so we should return that. That's one of the restaurants. Have you been to any lately?
I actually was at a restaurant the other day. It was a Jamaican restaurant.
Nice.
Jamaica Way.
Oh, Jamaica Way,
Jamaica Way. Beautiful place. People there are beautiful.
Yes.
They own actually 3 other restaurants too. Rhythm and Spice is one of them.
Right.
Beautiful people, man. Beautiful food, culture, amazing. They make you feel like you're at home. Like if you go to a foreign household, they actually just rolled out the red carpet for you. So if you haven't been to a foreign household, you don't know like really Southern hospitality or eating hospitality, period, because they literally, you know, put out tea for you, water feeds you till you full and stuff.
True.
And Jamaica Way is the same thing as the Kurdish restaurant.
Man, Jamaica Way, at one point I was legitimately addicted. I'm not even lying. Like I was there like maybe 4 days a week and shit. Like I would call in my order, and then they would already know what I want. That curry double yellow rice. Ask for that hot sauce. Get that get the Johnny cake with it. Man, trust me. That's definitely get that. So shout out to them. They've been around Nashville for a long time.
Definitely.
And I believe they have 2 locations still, right?
Yeah, I think I think it's 3 locations now. They got one at the flea market and then one on close to Jefferson Street. I think they got another one somewhere around Nashville. Came in.
Well, they got Rhythm and Spice, which is, I believe, connected to them too.
Yeah,
so,
definitely. Yeah, that's the actual son, her actual sons that run that.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
We shot our music video there, Cashvillians.
Yeah.
So shout outs to them for that.
Definitely. Yeah, man. What's been going on in the news for you, man? Like as far as like what you've been doing interpersonally, like you know, through quarantine to get you through like day to day.
Yeah,
What's
man.
motivating you?
I mean, you know, thankfully what we've been doing is Beyond the World Hot Project. We've been pushing forward with our Heru, getting content every day, staying busy, brick after brick. You know what I mean? And sometimes we got to go to Columbia to see Conscious Beats. So, you know, sometimes we make a little road trip, but on that road trip, we're still building. So every minute is opportunity to utilize properly for your goals and your intentions. You know what I mean? Like time is not to be wasted.
Definitely.
We're not guys that sit here and watch Netflix all day long. So if you're that kind of person, I don't know, we might not be for you. We're constructive out here. You know what I mean? And so our next album is coming out in December. Right now, we assembled all of our tracks. We don't have anything recorded, but we're that confident that we're gonna produce that project for you, and it's gonna be a thorough one too.
Definitely. So when I do my meditation, like in the morning, I'll go running. First thing in the back of my hill. So in my backyard, we got a big ass incline hill. So I'll go running every morning. But what I do is do this thing called Miracle Morning. So Miracle Morning is where you combine physical activity with mental activity. But Plato also had a quote, like mixing physical activity with the mental activity also creates the perfect man. So I go running and use that physical activity to get my mind stimulated.
Right.
And once I do that, I also put in a visualization of what I want to achieve. So I want to be the best songwriter ever.
So as you're running, you're thinking these thoughts?
I'm thinking these thoughts.
Wow.
And then I'm visualizing it as well. You know what I'm saying? So when you got that much adrenaline pumping, you know what I'm saying, your brain is more active and creative.
Right.
Especially first thing in the morning.
Wow.
So I use both of those, you know. It's kind of like, you know, you use equations.
It's kind of like some Rocky Balboa shit.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is what UFC fighters probably do, boxers, because you got the physical activity, you know that, but to get the mental, because most of life is, you know, psychological,
Right.
regardless what you're doing, what activity you're doing. So definitely, and it actually works. Like, you know, you actually achieve more stuff and manifest more stuff creatively, you know, and then you go home. After you run back home and actually write down your ideas and put them down.
Wow.
And then you, like, you know, study your ideas, you know, and then those become bigger projects in the future.
That's interesting. It seems like it's a way to absorb that information from different vibrations. So when you're running, you're on a vibration. When you're sitting down,
Yeah.
and then you're kind of consolidating all that and confirming it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Affirmations.
Yeah, that's from the book My Miracle Morning with Hal Elrod.
Exactly. Yep.
I was just talking with Tom yesterday.
Right on time. Okay. Bet. Yeah, my homie actually Joseph put me onto that.
Joseph
Bachelet. Yeah.
Got to meet him the other night.
Got to meet him. Yeah,
man. He's a great dude. Is he with the distro?
The local distro? Yeah, he's like a partner. With
okay, he's a partner with them. Yeah, and that's another local establishment. Y'all need to check out the local distro.
The local distro, definitely.
Yeah.
So yeah, how did you enjoy the Poet? They had an open mic. Wednesdays?
Oh yeah. We actually had a last Thursday. We had a little
every other Thursday or something like that.
Open mic night.
7.
And Superb did a great job hosting it.
Definitely. Shout out to Superb hosting. Did an amazing job.
So that was a lot of fun. You know, it's different for me. That was my first spoken word event. Actually participating. I've seen them a few times, but that was really dope, and I felt like that was like my vibe. You know what I mean? Like I performed at shows, but it's a whole different world. Like that.
Definitely.
And the way I see my music is poetic. So like I felt like I was in the right place for it. So it was a lot of fun for me.
Definitely. I was glad to actually see your poetic side because I know you literally write poetically when you actually write your verses. So it was good. And I know that's your background as well as mine, like writing poetry. So I started off doing poetry in like 5th grade. No, about 6th grade. I still remember my teacher, Miss Robershaw. And she actually encouraged me to write even more poetry. And I got into poetry literally by reading Tupac's book, Rose Out of Concrete.
They grew from the concrete.
Yeah, Rose grew from the concrete.
Yeah.
And my mom had it. So I used to, like, you know, scan that and it's like, you know, and read that and study it. Because I already studied Tupac before then. My mom put me on Tupac
from the music that you listen to.
Exactly. So that just made me go deeper inside who was Tupac, but also be inspired by poetry. Because I could say different shit and I can get more in depth than I can just write music at the time. So, Miss Robershaw just let me read Raisin in the Sun, Langston Hughes poems. That just inspired my poetic side. So it was good to see, like, you know, that poet and bring it back out too as well.
That's amazing. I mean, I can see it from like the Heel Hop album and the verses that you delivered from there, alone, just a quick example. But you can see the poetic nature of the music. So remove the beat and that's straight up poetry. And I mean, what better of a teacher do you want than like Tupac or Langston Hughes, for example?
Yeah, Fax Machine. Rhythm and poetry equals rap. Yeah.
Oh, is that what that means? Was that the Fax Machine fact of the day?
Yeah, I wish we had a fucking sound effect for fax machines. Hey, Upstate Sound, we need fax machine noises.
Yeah. Oh, another fun fact, facts machine of the day is flamingos are more pink when they eat more shrimp. Yeah. I've been reading a lot, so that came from me.
Another fun fact. I've been reading a lot about the hollow earth, man. I don't know if you've been researching about the hollow earth
I heard about
theory.
that. What's that about?
The hollow earth theory. So it's basically a place called Asgartha, right? And a couple people actually discovered it, but of course the government read them off as crazy. So we don't technically know. You know what I'm saying? So Admiral Byrd was one of the people. He was like a famous top shelf like general. I may be mistaken his position, but he had all the badges and all the ranks, and he was like their pretty much most trusted guy to go, do all these missions and stuff like that.
Was this recently? Or was this?
This is like somebody may fact check me and figure out the year, but this is like the early 1900s.
Okay.
Yeah, this like I think Eisenhower was president around this time. So yeah, he actually went on a discovery and found to the North Pole and the South Pole, and discovered this place called Asgartha. So this is supposed to be at the entrance. The North Pole and the South Pole is supposed to be the actual entrance to the hollow earth. Oh, wow. Yeah, because can you go to the North Pole right now?
No.
Can you go to the South Pole right now?
Only Santa Claus, you know what I'm saying? That's real talk, right?
Only Santa Claus. So basically, if you go on Google Maps right now, they got it covered up. But you could just tell it's like it is graphics on top of the Google Maps. So I'm getting a little conspiracy there.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would they block you off and restrict North Pole and the South Pole? And they said planes can't fly there because the magnet pull or
it's
whatever.
Almost like the Bermuda Triangle or something, right?
Basically, yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, so this Earth is supposed to have like all kinds of resources, like gold. Supposed to have like flush gardens. Supposed to be the originator of the Garden of Eden. UFOs is supposed to come from there.
Wow.
Lost civilizations, the Vikings was supposed to migrate to there.
Wow.
Even the Nazis, they say, the Germans and stuff are supposed to go there.
Wow.
So it's kind of like a wild theory, but it's like, it kind of explains a lot of weather too, because a lot of scientists came out, like Symes is a famous philosopher and scientist. He came out with a bunch of information about it too.
Wow.
So yeah, I've been researching a lot about that. It's been interesting, man, because it kind of like it solved a lot of anomalies in my brain about a bunch of stuff that's happening in the world from history,
Well, I beyond that, I've always just been generally curious about Antarctica. I'm sure a lot of people have. That's that continent, this mysterious continent that's just full of ice. But is there anything else that goes on there, or is it just left, kind of?
Yeah, we don't know much about Antarctica. If you go to history books in class, they don't teach you about a lot of things, about a lot of places, as far as like the instrument history that made it what it is today.
Right.
It is kind of like that. It's like brushed off, or like
I don't worry about Antarctica. Nothing going on there, y'all.
It's just a cold place.
We should perform there though. That'd be dope.
Hell yeah.
We find a way to.
Heru Antarctica, man. Yeah. Go scuba diving with the fishes and shit.
Yeah.
With the seals and shit.
Are you struggling with oral composition?
La, 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 la.
Well, we've got mixers for that.
Well, have you ever any news like who a dope artist in Nashville that you fuck with right now that just dropped some new release stuff?
Yeah, I've been listening to some Goldie Mac.
Okay, word, yeah.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have him on the show real soon.
Definitely.
But he's definitely a dope artist. He's out of Mount Pleasant, Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
So
dope.
that's about an hour and something south of us.
Facts.
But yeah, really dope artist making waves. Lil Lion, superb.
Yeah,
Introduced me to her.
Lil Lion's dope.
Really, really talented artist. Yeah, those are the main ones I've been listening to as of lately. How about you?
I've been listening a lot of Blazing B3.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's really dope. I know we're supposed to have her on. She kind of rescheduled. So, B3, if you're listening, we definitely need you on the show. She's dope. We got a new single out called Big Tipper.
Yeah, I heard that.
It goes hard. She goes hard.
She's from Nashville too.
Yep, she's from Nashville.
From Joe Johnson, North Nashville.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so shout out to the Nashville natives repping. What other musicians I've been listening to? Man, I mean, so many musicians right now out here.
Totally. You know, in some of our previous guests that we've had on the show, I listen to them a lot too.
Yeah, I fuck with G Bezel flavors.
Yeah, G Bezel,
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
for sure.
Definitely. G Bezel.
Westside.
Superb been showing me a lot of artists from like Texas too, and Dallas, because I didn't know Dallas, was it Texas or Dallas that was founded by Nashville, Tennessee? Dallas.
Founded by people from Tennessee.
By people from Tennessee, yeah. So I didn't know that. But yeah, there's a bunch of dope artists from there, like Lord Byron. He's fucking dope. He got a song called Damn. Damn, but it goes hard.
I have some cousins from Dallas. I was introduced to their hip hop scene maybe 20 years ago, and there was an artist named Mr. Pookie that was making a lot of noise out there. Yeah, he was dope, man.
He was dope.
Yeah, it is classic, man.
Yeah.
And it's a very unique like type of beat and everything. So I mean,
Dope.
I props to anyone that can do something original like that and just stay in their own lane with it and just be bold enough to put it out there.
What do you think
without
make
sounding
artists?
mainstream.
What do you think make artists like original? Like I know a lot of artists got this wave where they just copying the next person
Right.
to get on to the next whatever check or whatever endorsement, and they kind of using that and piggybacking off of that. And I know that they say that whether best artists steal or whatever, and some of the good artists borrow.
Right.
Yeah. So what do you think about the originality? Like, what makes an artist original?
I would say being bold enough to believe in your own music. You know what I mean? You believe in your own music, then you don't have to jump on any bandwagon and stuff like
Facts.
that. And you're naturally gonna have whoever you listen to come out of your music. That's part of it. It's like a science to this stuff.
Facts, yeah.
If you grew up listening to Nas, you're gonna have his tone in your raps and stuff here and there. So I just think like having the ability to do that is admirable, especially when so many artists kind of just do the same thing.
Exactly. And that's why I never try to listen to other artists. I mean, if I do, it's from a producer state of mind. It's like, why does that sound like that? Why does that beat like that? Why they ride that beat like that? Why they choose to ride that bass line instead of the snare or the drum line?
Do you try to hear their influences when you listen to it?
All this, well, I just do that naturally because I study so many artists from the past, and I grew up on so many artists. Like, I'm from a wide range of artists background, so I've been influenced by anybody from the Temptations all the way back from Muddy Waters to Little Walter. Like all the way back from like when the fucking music was just conceptualized as far as the music industry, because music industry came really from slavery. You know what I'm saying? Based off
including country music, right?
Yeah, I mean, country music came from blues, and blues came from Negro spirituals that was sung in slavery to give other slaves messages and other basically different languages, so that the slave master couldn't hear them.
Communication tool.
So a lot of people don't know that, but you go look at the research and see that. But yeah, so I've been raised with I've been blessed to raise with a lot of wide range of musicality. So
Right.
So I try not to listen to other artists as far as rap flows versus listen to what influenced them and how they get to this level of flavor, style or swag or whatever.
Right. Yeah. Well, I always go back to kind of like the music that we grew up listening to. But one thing I hope comes back to music is artist originality. Like people in the 90s, there was one video you could see on YouTube. It had like Big Pun. It had a whole table of legends. You know what I mean? And they all had their own style, and they were like proud to be who they were and stuff like that. So that's what we need. We need like a new renaissance of hip hop to come out with original flavor, because we've heard everything that's been popping so far, and that includes ourselves. Like we got to get out of our own little boxes and start going hard with some more creativity.
I think the renaissance is coming, because I feel like if we can have like all these genres combined and mix with each other, and you can have an artist like Drake borrow from everybody and kind of create a flow out of it and create a whole catalog of music out of, or anybody from like Chance the Rapper to bring, gospel back into the fold after Jesus walks, and kind of have all these revolutions happen in different genres at one time. Yeah. I think the renaissance is already here. I think right now the earth is cleansing itself from all this crazy shit that's going on. And it's kind of like the people who are already on that vibration, as far as artists, they feel that because they empaths. So they raising with the vibration of the earth as well, and they putting out the music that's supposed to be put out for people who going through the shit.
Right.
Like Smoke and Mirrors is gone now. Like all the artists, it was like flashy and using hype and clout. to boost their career are kind of like fading out, and like the real artists and genuine artists are coming out and to the top, So I feel like
they're withstanding the test of time.
Facts, yeah.
So what do you think about Kanye's recent tweets and activity as of lately?
I love him, man. I mean, I know he's a Gemini. I know he's sporadic with the thoughts, and he's gonna speak his mind and give you the raw truth. But I think it's some beauty in it too, because I think the industry does need to be exposed. That's why I'm independent, to be honest, because I know I have plenty of friends that's in the music industry as we speak, and they're not too happy, with their artistry, because the industry has to have a big effect on them right now, as far as mentally, putting out music, owning their own name. So I kind of like, kind of step back from that music industry shit. But I love the way he's like exposing the industry and becoming so vulnerable, where other artists can actually do the same thing, expose their contracts, expose what they're going through.
Right.
And kind of is empathetic, you know what I'm saying? Because not everybody's going to do that.
Right.
Not everybody's going to be a Kanye. I really think Kanye is like the ascension of where Tupac left off. Because think about Tupac would do some shit like that if he had Twitter.
Yeah, totally.
You know what I'm saying?
They're just being the outspoken voice of today. He's like, no one else is gonna do it. I'm gonna step up to the plate.
Facts. Yeah. What you think? What's your thoughts on it? Like,
no, I mean, I definitely think that it's good that he's bringing that to light. You know what I mean? Putting some attention on that. Things do need to change with the music industry. I mean. You can go on YouTube and see a lot of artists. They'll tell you directly what their experiences have been. My question though is, can Kanye be totally independent at this point?
Well, he signed 10 contracts, like 10 actual contracts with different record labels and
for like years to come. Or
well, he's signed for life to I think it was the Def Jam, EMI. So EMI has pretty much a stranglehold on his whole career. So he has to make music forever until he can get out of it, like through some kind of clause, a loophole, or his lawyers, they're trying to figure it out right now. So he's suing, but I'm sure he probably breached a lot of shit too, because he does a lot of things that I can't see how you signed 10 contracts and held down to 10 contracts, still get away with doing all of his shit he does. But he got balls, so I salute him. Of course, I hope he has people around him that can keep him grounded as well. And kind of like, let them know what's up and not be yes man.
Yeah. I think it's the challenge for Kanye too is that he's a Gemini. So people like don't know what personality's coming out, or is he okay like mentally at the time and everything like that. So
yeah,
it's a constant battle that he's got to face with that.
Yeah, definitely. But I salute him. I forget. I forgive shit, all the shit that all the rants and shit like that, because at the end of the day, he is dealing with mental health. He let us know, but it's up to people that say, okay, society to say, okay, this guy is what we need. To fuel something. Like he fueled fashion. Now he's in the political game. So we need revolutionaries like that, like Walt Disney. Jeff Bezos, all these guys think outside of the box to get where they wanted. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like he's thinking outside of the box enough to fuel the next person, inspire the next person to do something better.
Right.
He's not the end all be all. People got to realize that Tupac wasn't the end all be all.
Right.
We're going to have people and revolutionary people that's going to come change the mode. We need that. We can't be complacent all the time. So
I would say a lot of his success is attributed to his state of mind, his drive and stuff like that. Like, just the power of the mind allowed him to get to where he got, from music to the fashion to every other move that he's made. And I think that's what we should take away from it. Like, what did Kanye do to get to where he's at? It's not just he's a talented individual.
Right.
It's like, what was he reading? What was he studying?
Drive.
What did he see himself as? And we should all look at that and learn from it.
I think he probably seen himself as this. I mean, he's just such a visionary. I think probably 20 years ago, he was seeing himself in this position. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
As far as like the accolades he's accomplished. I always fucking looked up to Kanye as far as production, thinking outside of the box, not following the fucking rules of what the industry holds you to.
Yeah.
And I think everybody thinking about Yeezus was put out how long ago? All right, now look at the rap game now. Okay, how many Yeezus influences have you heard from that album, if you actually listen to the album? I hear a fucking lot.
Yeah.
Tame Impala, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he took some of that, you know, and kind of fueled what he's got going on.
He
as
launched
well.
the 808s too.
Travis Scott, Astro World. That's the derivative of Yeezus.
Right.
Travis Scott helped make Yeezus.
Exactly, but still derivative influence. It's influence and inspiration. So it's kind of like everybody borrowed from that tape.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I see a lot of shirts or something that says like, I miss the old Kanye. But it's like, you know what I mean? Like, we're all ever changing. So embrace who he is, his goods, his bads, and, you know, keep supporting him.
Learn from it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Fans that love the original, even if it's not as good.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, the OG.
Yeah, just so they can say it.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, there would not be a new Kanye if old Kanye stayed old Kanye.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
a lot
Yeah.
of those artists from that time aren't around much anymore.
It facts. Exactly.
Change. Like, he changes every album.
I think it's very important to reinvent yourself. That's how you stay relevant. Snoop Dogg did it 100 times. Snoop Dogg went to Stoop Line, Gospel Line, Gospel
I forgot
Dog.
about that, man.
you know, and now he's everywhere. And you can't. He's with Martha Stewart
Martha
now.
Stewart, yeah,
he
like,
reinvented himself. You know, she got out of jail. She's like, I need a gangster on my side. Snoop Dogg was like, I got you, baby. Now they cooking weed together, weed muffins and shit together. You know what I'm saying? It's beautiful. America's a beautiful place to be. Sometimes you just gotta realize the beauty in it. You know, and the lines of it. So
I feel like I think of that one quote by Bruce Lee says, "Be water, my friend." So when he says that, he means like be like formless, be shapeless, get through whatever you have to get to. And I feel like Snoop like bodied that in his whole career, you know. So he knew where to go, he knew when to sign with no limit, make his own individual moves, and
he had angels, man, because he was on trial for murder. And
Oh,
you know
yeah,
what I'm
murder was the
saying?
case. I
Murder was
remember
the
that.
case. Like he was
Yeah.
supposed to be in jail, and Suge Knight kind of just like was his angel. Regardless what you say about Suge saved that man's life. He
Suge
saved
Knight
everybody
was an
on
angel,
death
is
row.
what he said.
Hey, Suge Knight saved everybody on death row. He took Tupac out of jail. Now you want to have an all eyes on me without Suge Knight.
Nah, that's
Straight
crazy,
up, he
yeah.
put Dr. Dre and Tupac and Snoop Dogg in the same room in Dog Pound. Come on, that's genius. Like you
he
can't
was
have
right
that.
there. Yeah.
You know, regardless what you say about Death Row, it still like brought you a dope, beautiful music. Still brought you like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 icons. You know, you get from Death Row. Probably way more than that. It birthed like different music, West Coast music. We got a guest on the show, Mr. Fly. So yeah, I'm saying sure.
Yeah.
He actually saved even Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre was on trial for domestic violence against his wife at the time, or girlfriend at the time. He paid for the lawyers to get him off.
Right.
So
Well, yeah, I mean, you're right. Like, all you hear, when you hear Suge Knight, it's always like they have some negative thing to say. But let's think about what he has contributed to hip-hop. You know what I mean? And,
Yeah.
and just for that alone is commendable. And the vision to bring that into fruition.
Thanks.
So let's give him his props.
definitely.
So,
Yes, celebrate hip hop.
So you got any new music coming out? You've been working on anything individually or?
No. It's been quarantine.
He's lying.
No, I actually been working on a lot of music, man. I worked on this track last night. Superb had sent me a beat called Galactic Stripper. And I was like, you know what? That's an interesting topic. I'm going to make a song about galactic strippers. So I got in my Kid Cudi mode, Man on the Moon, you know what I'm saying? And recorded the Galactic Strippers. I hope it's a strip club anthem, I really hope it goes far, man.
Yeah, it sounds dope. Yeah, shout out to Superb. He's definitely an up and coming producer, and he wears a lot of hats. So you'll see more of Superb real soon.
Definitely. Yeah.
Fancy hats, yeah.
Yes.
You'll see him. Literally, you'll see him.
Got the sunflower hat. Oh yeah, shout out to what's that place we went to? The Plaza, Mariachi Plaza.
Plaza Mariachi, yeah.
Yeah, they have a lot of dope shit in there. Dope radio station as well. What was the radio station name?
What's the name of it?
100.5.
Activa 105.1 FM.
Activa 105.1 FM.
Yeah.
So what I really like about that building is it's like a cultural hub for the Latin community here in Nashville, Tennessee, and they did a great job with the architecture of the building. It's almost like a little mall when you go in there, and they keep the entertainment top notch.
Yeah.
So you might go into the food court and see somebody walking around on stilts or something like that, or
Yeah,
spinning
some
around
crazy
doing
shit.
some acrobats stuff. So.
Yeah,
There was a retro
retro
arcade we happened to walk into and saw
for
games
free.
that we grew up on, Ninja
Yeah.
Turtles and all that stuff.
Everything was free. And just for that one day that we
one
happened
day.
to walk in.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
It's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I love the culture. Even Murfreesboro Pike, that whole street is like full of culture.
Oh yeah. There's some Ethiopian restaurants. Amy's. I don't know if you've been to that one.
Yep, Amy's. Yep. It's a couple other ones that going down the street. A lot of dope taco trucks too.
Yeah, a lot of dope taco trucks, authentic street tacos, a lot of Egyptian businesses as well. That's another large population here in Nashville.
Yeah, shout out to the Egyptian community and basically all the communities that come together and they put their seed down, and next thing you know, 5 years from now, it's like a whole metropolis of them with the whole block. You know, you can just walk in as like little Kurdistan. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like as long as you're contributing to the United States in a good way, like that respect should be reciprocated. So whatever minority you are, like as long as you're here and you're American, I think that's important, you know.
Facts.
But just do good work, be good here.
On that note,
everybody. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the episode, leave us a thumbs up and comment below if you have any ideas on what we can do next time.
please subscribe and hit the notification. MC2MC give you motivation.
Heru.